No, you came in cooking though. I mean, your first season, I would say, was there a transition, but it didn't really seem like it because
Oh, it was.
I'm sure it was. Your first year though, you came in, I mean, as a rookie, you scored the most points in franchise history,
Yeah.
and you really picked up right where you left off that last year at Cuse.
Yeah. I mean, what's crazy is I was still that player my rookie year. I was still in Cuse.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like shout out to Coach Coop, Michael Cooper, Showtime Coop, Carlene Thompson, Miles Cooper. Those are my coaches. And my training camp was probably the hardest training camp I've ever had in my career. Like till this day, my rookie year, bro, I'm talking about I had blisters on my feet. We're 2-a-days. For 4 days straight, I had to go to the assistant coach and beg her. I'm like, can you please tell him we can't do this for another 2 days? Like, I'm not gonna make it. Like, I'm in the ice bath, like, I'm hurting. And he came to me, and it was one moment in my camp where I was acting like a little punk, just a little bit, because I was mentally giving into the fatigue and the tiredness. So we in the huddle, and mind you, we all looking around. Mind you, I was the only one to make the camp. Like out of everybody that had came to the camp, I was the only one to make the camp. So Coop, he's known to cut first rounders. He said it to me. He was like, look, I don't give a damn if you good or not. He was like, you don't work hard? He said, I will cut you. He's like, I cut first rounders. Coop made me cry. Like I remember walking out of practice one day and I'm crying on the bench to Coach Carr, and I'm like, Coach Carr, I don't know what to do. Like I'm hyperventilating and shit, bro. Like I was going through it my rookie year. Like, but he saw something in me that I ain't seen myself yet, and he's like, nah. He was like, nah, we gonna have to get you a little tougher. So then that's when the mental toughness started going in, because then you got to think like you a rookie, you doing your thug thizzle. You got a couple teammates that probably don't like that. Cause like, let's be real, this is the pros. This ain't college no more. Like this is paychecks. Like, so you got a rookie coming in, you got a coach who's trusting the rookie to do whatever they need to do to help win. We losing 10 in a row. Like it was just a smorgasbord of BS that whole season. But it was one of those things where it sculpted me. Like it helped me create like a baseline of like what I could do in the league. So I'm like, all right, I can come here. I could do this college stuff, but I know next year people are going to know how I play. People are going to know what I do. So I got to improve. So then like that second year come around, and then we get a new coach in Nikki Collin, who's at Baylor now. She comes in and we go to the playoffs. But that whole year, not going to lie, like it was kind of, because I was coming off the bench. Angel had came back, and then Angel got hurt, so I got back to playing. So it's kind of, I learned that sophomore year how to adapt. Like I always was an adaptable person, but in the pros, like like the one thing you better know how to do is adapt to every situation. Yeah. Like make that situation work for you.
Your role might be different.
My role might be different the next 24 hours. Like, I don't know. I'm the point guard this day. I'm the power forward the next day. But I better play it like I played that shit my whole life.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, like, my role for the team was like, I gave the energy. Like, I got to the basket. Like, I could shoot threes here and there. But, like, I was just doing my thing. And then you get to, like, my third year in Atlanta. And that was probably the roughest year because it was just a lot of, like internal turmoil that I was dealing with because I was going through growing pains. Like I was trying to figure out, is like, okay, is this the lifestyle that I was living? Is that the lifestyle that's going to help me stay in this league for 20 plus years? Like I'm going out partying. It's Atlanta E. Like I'm going,
I get it.
I'm going out partying every day in Atlanta. There's something to do every single day. So like I'm going into work. I've always been a workhorse. But after hours, oh yeah, I'm at the tattoo shop. I'm at the hookah lounge. I'm at the bars, the clubs, like I'm everywhere. Like
that's all right.
I was getting it in, but it was like, you know what? It was time to put it down. So then I got hurt my second year. So that also like changed my perspective on things because that's when I had hit rock bottom. So that's when I had like that reality check of like, all right, you need to take care of your bread. Like, you need to take care of your money. You going out spending all this money, spending it on your friends, spending it on motherfuckers who don't even like care about you for real. They just care that you could do stuff for them.
Yeah.
So when you got hurt, you couldn't call none of them for $1. Like, you couldn't call none of them for advice. You couldn't call none of them for a heart-to-heart conversation because there was nowhere to be found. No hard feelings, because that's not your job. But I had to learn that for myself.
Yeah.
So it was like going into that third year, I'm coming out of surgery. I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to do this again. And now I'm kind of like at like butting heads with the head coach, because now it's not that we're not getting along, but we just don't see eye to eye. So, shit happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna get along with every coach, and or every coach is not gonna understand you. But
yeah, sure, hell
you know,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's like in that midst, we trying to figure it out while I'm trying to figure out like how I'm supposed to adapt to this, because what I'm adapting to might not be what I want to accept. So now I'm fighting the adaptation of what my new role is on this team, on the bench. Like, I was on the I was on the bench. Like, I was riding. It was to the point I knew when I was coming out the game, like I knew my own substitution pattern. I get in at the end of the first, play the beginning of the second. I was gone for the rest of the game. I get in like middle of the third. I was out of there about like 8 minutes with the fourth to go. Wipe my hands. I'm on the bike. Like, I'm riding the bike watching the game at this point. Like, I was in shape. Nobody could tell me nothing. Like, I'm like, y'all can't outrun me. Like, I ride this bike for 40 minutes. Like, I'm on the bench. So it was like Atlanta taught me like how to deal with adversity as a pro. Like, you deal with adversity in college, but like as a pro, when you got to worry about how you're going to feed yourself, how you're going to feed your family, how you going to make bread. Like, if all this stopped today, where you going to get that bread from? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So that whole Atlanta experience was very much like a growing pain. Like, that was fun, but it was fun and it was like, it was hell at the same time. So I'm grateful for it though, because it honestly, like, all the stuff that I went through them next 3 years, I literally would think back to like, this ain't nothing compared to what I went through my first three. So I'm good over here.